please take your seats? The honorees are all excited, so can you please sit? They're practicing their speeches right now. Everybody, we'd like to start. Please take your seats. Thank you. We can schmooze between courses. Oh, that's much better. Thank you. I'll wait till everybody sits. Yes, we have the program. Okay. Okay, good evening. And welcome to our Founders Dinner celebrating the 38th anniversary of the Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey. My name is Richard Culloden, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this evening. Yeah. I paid a lot of money to that table to applaud. Thank you. We have a wonderful program planned and 3 amazing honorees. Before I continue, I do have an important announcement. When you leave, we have a nice gift for all of you. It'll be available in the lobby. Hold on to your place cards, and on the way out after the program, you'll be able to pick up your special gift. Wait a second, I'm sorry, I was just handed this note. License plate J5384 KMPQ 72516B894. Please move your car. Your license plate is blocking the driveway. Thank you. Hey, never throw out a joke. Remember that. Anyway, this is my 7th year hosting this event. Yeah. Lucky 7. Yeah. And 2 years ago, my wife and I moved to Florida. And I got to admit, last year the people who were here, I did complain that the travel arrangements, which they, I said, who's going to pay for the trip? They sent me by Greyhound bus. And I did complain, and I think that was wrong. And just now, Rabbi Herson, what a guy. He just gave me a ticket, Spirit Airlines, on the way home. This guy, he's the best. I can't believe I'm doing visual jokes now. Anyway, before I do continue, I do want to introduce the rabbis and the staff of the Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey. Of course, we have Rabbi and Rebbetzin Asher and Sarah Herson, rabbis. Rabbi and Rebbetzin Mordechai and Devori Baumgarten. Rabbi and Rebbetzin Mendel and Chana Stiefel. And I would also like to recognize the preschool of the Chabad Learning Center, Mora Chana Stiefel and Mora Shifra Patinsky. Where are you? We also acknowledge the presence of the founding director and director for close to 25 years of the Chabad Early Learning Center, whose selfless love, dedication, and commitment to our young children has left an indelible impression on a full generation of children who are educated at the Chabad Early Learning Center. Maura Flory, we thank you for everything you have done at the Chabad Early Learning Center. It's an honor to see everyone that's here tonight to support the Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey. Your support for this dinner and generous contributions makes this evening possible. I would also like to thank Alan Janoff and his family and the staff of the Crystal Plaza. And I would also like to take this time to thank the dinner committee who has worked tirelessly to make this evening possible. So thank you all. I know you think the toughest part is getting up here. It's not. It's getting the jokes through these rabbis that I send literally over 70 jokes, and they say, oh, these two you can maybe tell. So woman goes into a police station with her friend to report her husband's missing. The policeman says, well, give me a description. Well, he's 6'4", dark eyes, dark wavy hair, athletic build, weighs 185 pounds, soft-spoken, is good to the children. The friend looks at her and says, that's not your husband. Your husband's 5'8", overweight, bald, has a temper, is mean to the children. Why would you say that? She said, do you think I want him back? You got to thank him for that one. All right, since that worked, one more. John Smith wants to join a Jewish country club, so he decides that he'll tell them he's Jewish and easily get in. He goes before the membership committee. He starts by telling them he grew up, went to Hebrew school, bar mitzvah, he's a practicing Jew, observes Shabbat. The interview is going well when one guy says, excuse me, what do you do for a living? He thinks quickly, he said, I work in a talit factory. The member said, that's great. You know, I always wondered, what does that writing around the collar say? He said, I don't know, my job is to sew on the sleeves. Thank you. All right. All right, before I introduce Rabbi Herson, first of all, I'd like to recognize the honorees. Amichai Lichtenstein for the Community Service Award. Anthony Girardi for Man of the Year Award. And my friend and family member, Jonathan Wigder, with Pillar of Light Award. Yeah. I'd also like to recognize a special guest we have here tonight, Mayor Joe Jackson of Rockaway Township with his wife, Suzanne. Thank you. Now, of course, all joking aside, the world has become a very unstable and scary place. Many people feel more unsafe and disconnected. The Kavod Center of Northwest New Jersey offers a safe haven for those in need of understanding and a sense of community. The center was born out of Rabbi's home, where Rabbi and Rebbetzin Herson would hold services, teach Torah, and provide food and shelter to those in need. In the 38 years, the center has been able to acquire and build a beautiful shul and a 3-story educational center where children as young as 3 months old can be cared for so their parents could go to work. The center also doubles as an adult learning center at night and weekends. The Chabad of Northwest New Jersey now has 7 satellite centers throughout Morris and Sussex County. Wonderful, Rabbi. You know, there's a parable that I like to tell us called the long-handed spoons. There's a man who comes before a sage and asks, what is the difference between heaven and hell? The sage says, let me show you. He said, first let me show you what hell is. He brings him to a door that opens to a beautiful banquet table filled with the finest food and beautiful decor. There the people are sitting with long spoons tied to their arms. As they would grab the food, they couldn't bend their arms and feed themselves. They were hungry and miserable at this beautiful banquet. The man said, that's horrible. Show me heaven. He brings him to another door that opens to a beautiful banquet filled with the finest foods and beautiful decor. There the people are sitting with long spoons tied to their arms. But there they grab the food, they reach across and feed each other. See, they were happy and healthy because they found the real secret to heaven, to focus on the needs of others, not of yourself. This is what Rabbi Herson has always known. This is the secret to a rich and fulfilled life, which we can all aspire to live. I now give you the man who always feeds another before himself, Rabbi Herson, who will share a few words, lead us in prayer, and then proceed to give the awards. Thank you.
Good evening, dear friends. As we witness turmoil in Israel, in the United States, and abroad, Middle East, with violence and hate prominently displayed, many ask, what can we do to illuminate and eliminate this staggering darkness? The chief rabbi of Israel, right after the Yom Kippur War in 1973, went to visit the Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, whose yahrzeit is next week. Many in the land of Israel were beside themselves. Although they experienced a truly miraculous victory, but a greater question loomed. Will this consuming, murderous hatred ever end? What is going to be is what the people are asking, said the chief rabbi. The Rebbe gently responded, what is going to be is not a Jewish question. What can I do to help is a genuine question which everyone must ask of themselves, because every individual can and must be part of the solution. And as the Rebbe concluded, and that is because the reality is that our physical security revolves totally around our spiritual and godly activity. Our Torah frequently teaches that the only way to eliminate darkness is by shedding light, and that even a little light dispels so much darkness. Every godly deed, which the Torah calls a mitzvah, is a conduit of light. Acts of kindness, uplifting others, and all selfless and spiritual deeds fill this material world with a divine light which has a cosmic effect on all humanity. Exude light and you will see the darkness dissipate, explained the Rebbe. And there are countless opportunities to do so every single day. Indeed, the Rebbe's life was filled with the vivacious application of what he taught. His positivity and unconditional embrace knew no bounds, and he urged everyone to do the same. Always look for the good in people, and you will find it, he would say. Train your eye to see the boundless treasures latent in every soul. Never judge, and always embrace another unconditionally. Fan the inner flame latent in every soul, and with patience and perseverance, you will see that flame burst into a blaze. Bring joy, comfort, and strength to everyone you encounter. Work hard with strong trust in the one above, and you will see that you will succeed in making this world into a gentler, kinder, and godly place to the benefit of all mankind. In this vein, some 38 years ago, the Rebbe personally instructed us to establish a Chabad center in Northwest New Jersey and create an address in which every human being can turn to. Dedicate yourselves, he said, to revealing the precious gems which saturate your surroundings and help uncover the incredible and boundless resources which lie beneath the surface of every individual. When you look for the good in people, you will find it, because good is their true reality. A godly soul is at the core of every individual and is a living wellspring, yearning to gush forth. Our directive was to discover and stimulate reserves of divine energy, bursting at the seams, waiting to be revealed. Vivacious spirits, just waiting to engage in meaningful and luminous activities. We were to start literally from scratch with no facility or tangible financial resources available. To be successful, we would have to invest much time and effort and galvanize many partners. because the power of the many goes so far beyond their quantitative value. The decades have flown by, and we have been very blessed with remarkable partnerships and friendships. Many well springs have sprung, and lush crops have broken surface. Many lives have been touched, all with God's bountiful blessings. And with God's help, 8 additional centers have been established under the auspices of our Chabad Center throughout Northwest New Jersey. Intensive work with concrete accomplishments. Thank God, and for this we are eternally grateful. But the lion's share of our work lies ahead of us. As the Rebbe taught emphatically, when it comes to all spiritual and communal matters, thank the Almighty sincerely for accomplishments of the past, but never become complacent. Always remember that the truest success of past achievements is only realized when they are turned into stepping stones towards future accomplishments. It is only through the assistance of partners like you who have turned our fledgling ambitions, whose achievements were totally inconceivable 38 years ago, into an intangible and amazing reality. And together with God's help, we will be granted the resources and vision to enable the expansion of our work in ways which are heretofore unimaginable. I must particularly acknowledge and thank my esteemed father and mother, who headed the Rabbinical College of America, which is also the headquarters for all Chabad centers in the state of New Jersey for some 65 years. My beloved parents' leadership produced some 80 Chabad centers in the state of New Jersey, in addition to the magnificent and multifaceted campus of the Rabbinical College of America. From the first moments of our Chabad Center's inceptions, my parents and the Rabbinical College were always there to assist, guide, and give strength, and continue to do so every step of the way. Although my parents are not physically in attendance tonight, they are palpably present, and very much so. For the soul is eternally vibrant and particularly remains intensely connected to the seeds which they planted and the work of their hands. Our entire institution, with its satellite centers, was initiated by my father. After consulting with the Rebbe, the Rebbe directed our founding. My father watched over our progress carefully and with vigilance, and aided our development in this manner. He always knew what to do and how to do it. I learned immensely from him, and the seeds he planted in me continue to grow with God's help. My mother taught for some 25 years in our Judaic Studies program, with great passion, intuition, and perception. My mother always had a tremendous capacity for empathy. She saw your spark and was able to extract the good. When she saw your light and honed in on it, you were able to see it too. Thus, she had and has a tremendous impact on me, my family, as she did on her many students. My parents were my personal mentors and our institution's greatest supporters. They always were and always will be with us, and guiding us joyfully as we humbly endeavor to take their dreams and ambitions to the next level with God's help. Please allow me to acknowledge and thank our previous honorees, many of whom are with us here tonight. I also want to extend a very deep and heartfelt thank you to tonight's honorees, chairpersons, and dinner committee, who put in incredible efforts into making tonight's event such a spectacular one. And all led by the intense efforts of our very dear friend, Mr. Alan Janoff, proprietor of the Crystal Plaza. I cannot adequately express my heartfelt thanks to all of our rabbis, rebbitzins, lay leaders, directors, head teachers, staff, and volunteer who work tirelessly, literally day and night, and who are such noble and loyal soldiers who truly go beyond to keep the flame alive. Our appreciation for you is beyond words, but please know how we feel about you and your heroic work. Thank you all for participating and celebrating the 38th anniversary of the Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey. We have an invigorating program in store. Relax, enjoy, and God bless you all. L'chaim. My father would always lead the Psalms that we say for our troops, our United States troops, obviously overseas, especially at this time, for our brothers and sisters that are fighting to keep us safe, for our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel, who are also fighting to eliminate darkness. And in this vein, we recite the Psalms to make sure that not only our prayers are with them, but as we stated before, our spiritual activity is there, giving them strength and success in eliminating darkness and illuminating darkness on behalf of each and every one of us. I'll ask you please just for a moment to please rise. You have the Psalms, which are from the book of Tehillim, the book of Psalms, which we will recite together in the English so that everyone can follow easily and clearly. Psalm 125, a song of ascents, and you can feel free to join together. Those who trust in the Lord are as Mount Zion, which never falters, but abides forever. Mountains surround Jerusalem, and the Lord surrounds his people from this time and forever. For the rod of wickedness will never come to rest upon the lot of the righteous. Therefore the righteous need not stretch their hand to iniquity. Be beneficent, O Lord, to the good and to those who are upright in their hearts. But as for those that turn to their perverseness, may the Lord lead them with the workers of iniquity. Peace be upon Israel. Psalm 126, a song of ascents. When the Lord will return to the exiles of Zion, we will have been like dreamers. Then our mouth will be filled with laughter, and our tongue with songs of joy. Then will they say among the nations, the Lord has done great things for these. The Lord has done great things for us. We were joyful. Lord, return our exiles as streams to our arid soil. Those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. He goes along weeping, carrying this bag of seed. He will surely return with songs of joy, carrying his sheaves. A song of ascents, finally, Psalm 121. I lift my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help will come from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot falter. Your guardian does not slumber. Indeed, the guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The Lord is your guardian. The Lord is your protective shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will guard you from all evil. He will guard your soul. The Lord will guard your going and your coming from now and for all time. Amen. Please be seated. Moving right along, which is an instruction that I received a long time ago and never fails. Amichai Lichtenstein. You know what it means to give of yourself without fanfare. You are indeed a loyal soldier who is there for whoever needs you. You fervently believe that we must all make sure that we create an environment of inspiration and light in this world every single day. Amichai, please join me to receive the Community Service Award.
אם לא נשכח תמיד להיות מאוחדים, עם ישראל חי, בא להיות בירידות גם בשעות הכי קשות, הקדוש ברוך הוא שומר עלינו, אז מי יכול עלינו, כי אין לנו עוד מדינה, תעשה שלום בינינו, שמור על ילדינו.
The inscription reads, in recognition of your loving and loyal efforts on behalf of the Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey and its educational, charitable, and outreach programs. Time is elastic, measured only by the kind deeds and cosmic impact with which we saturate each moment. Your years of involvement with our Chabad Center have indeed produced incalculable fruits with God's help. Determined to bring more light into this world, you have lived and breathed our extensive communal undertakings. Indeed, the sole purpose of creation is to illuminate this world and make it into a gentle, loving, and godly place through our selfless deeds. May the Almighty bless you with the strength necessary to passionately increase your radiant endeavors. Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey, celebrating 38 years of uniting communities, June 9th, 2026, the 24th of Sivan 5786, Mazel Tov.
We do one more. Your eyes are closed.
Take it. Amichai, please share a few words together.
The Rabbi says it's a few words, but it's actually 11 pages, so bear with me. Thank you, Rabbi Herson, Rabbi Bargarten, Rabbi Mendel, and the entire team at the Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey for this honor. Thank you, teachers, volunteers, the donors, the parents, the friends, and everyone who gives their time, their energy, and their heart to this community. And thank you, everyone here tonight, family, friends, members of our Chabad community, and also my colleagues from work who were brave enough to come out tonight and see what I do when I'm not talking about embedded finance. Chabad has been one of the best things that has happened to me. Obviously after marrying Claire. And I said that carefully because I still need to go home tonight. But seriously, none of this journey happens without Claire's support, patience, and generosity. On Sunday, I visited the oil, the resting place of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, with Rabbi Herson, and I asked him a simple question, why me? And his answer was that I'm a loyal soldier to the cause. I'm not sure I would have chosen these words myself, but what I do know is this: when Chabad asked for help, I try to say yes. And the reason I try to say yes is very simple. The Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey has given a great deal to my family. Like many families, we first came because of our children. Noah started at Chabad Early Learning Center when she was 1, and Millie when she was 3. What we found there was much more than school. We found a place that was warm, nurturing, caring, and real. We found teachers like Moa Flory, Moa Shifa, and Moa Lisa, who did not simply teach our children, but loved them, encouraged them, and helped them grow. Even today, when we walk past the Chabad Early Learning Center on the way to shul, I still remind Millie and Noah how unfair it is that I got to go there and I did not. And I say it as a joke, but I also mean it. Because when you see your children experience something as warm, fun, joyful, and safe, you realize that something very important is happening. A child does not learn values, identity, or community through lectures. A child learns through people, through a mother who smiles when she walks in, through holidays, through a place where she feels that she belongs. This is how memories are built. That is how identity is built. And that is how tradition, values, and community become not just something we teach our children, but something they genuinely love and want to be part of. Another vignette about Chabad. During COVID, we saw another side of Chabad. Like every family, we were trying to work, raise children, survive the Zoom school. And our Chabad Center stepped up. They organized support for children who were learning remotely, including programs for kids Millie's age, so that parents could work and children could still have structure, warmth, friends, and a place to be. They delivered challah before Shabbat, they created activity, they kept showing up. This tells you something about the community. It is easy to run events when life is normal, but you learn what people are made of when life is not normal. And Chabad did what Chabad does. They saw a problem, and they helped solve it. That phrase, by the way, did not come from me. So this week I asked Millie, was Chabad meant to her? She's almost 12, and a friend was over, so I knew I had about 5 minutes before I lose her attention completely. I asked her for a few words, and she said this. She said Chabad is fun, inviting, educating, where she has friends, where she has abuela and abuelo, Ariel and Sarah, who have become like grandparents to Millie and Noah. She said that when there is a problem, they help solve it. For example, there was no playroom, so they created a place downstairs for the kids to play. She said the morals were warm and real. She said their holidays have great food. And she said even the adults, when they're fasting, the kids have activities. I thought that was a pretty good summary. That is not a bad description of a Jewish community, and it's definitely not a bad description of Chabad. We came because of the children. Over time, Chabad became more than a place we went. It became part of our life, and that matters, especially outside of Israel. So I grew up in Israel, and in Israel, being Jewish is just in the air. It's in the calendar, in the language, holiday. You do not need to work very hard to remember you're Jewish in Israel. On the contrary, outside Israel, it's different. Here, if you want Jewish life, someone has to build it, someone has to open the doors, someone has to organize the holiday events, teach the children, make a place that a Jewish family can walk in and feel at home. This is one of the great gifts that Chabad gives. It makes it easy to be Jewish outside of Israel. Warm, practical, you can show up, and you can come as you are. For me personally, the Chabad Center of West New Jersey has also been part of my journey. Rabbi Herson taught me how to put tefillin on. Rabbi B made sure I had my own pair of tefillin. Rabbi Mendel helped Oren, my son, on his journey. And of course, he also was the teacher to Oren and Ella when they were in middle school. These things matter, not because they happened in dramatic moments, but because they happened through relationship, conversations, invitations, mitzvahs, act of kindness, one step at a time. That is how people grow. Switching subjects. This week's Torah portion includes the story of the Meraglim, the spies, sent by Moses to see the land of Israel. They all see the same land. They all see the same facts. But 10 of them come back and say, we cannot do it. The challenges are too big, the people are too strong. Joshua and Caleb see the same reality and reach a different conclusion. They see a future worth building. That is a powerful lesson. Because the real disagreements was not about information, it was about whether the Jewish people were ready to move from being protected in the desert to building a nation in the land. But the future requires building a people living with purpose in the real world. That is still a question for every generation. Do we retreat? Do we build? Do we focus only on obstacles? Or do we take responsibility for the future? Every community is built by people who choose to build. Someone looked at this community and said, we need a center. Someone looked at young families and said, we need an early childhood center. Someone looked at adults and said, they need learning too. Someone looked at the freezing night in December and said, we are still lighting the menorah outside, and yes, there will be donuts. And somewhere every year, there we are, standing outside in the cold, lighting the Hanukkah menorah, eating donuts, something to be proud of. At the end of the same Torah portion, we're given the mitzvah of tzitzit. The Torah tells us to place fringes on the corner of our garments with a thread of blue, so that when we see them, we remember the commandments. The tzitzit are a reminder, a physical reminder of who we are, what we believe, and what we're here to do. The older I get, the more I understand that we all need reminders. A pair of tefillin is a reminder, a rabbi checking in is a reminder. A community gathering like this is a reminder. And because we live in a world full of distraction, everyone is busy, everyone is pulled in 100 directions. Our children are growing up in a world where attention is constantly being taken away from them. And now we enter a world that will be disrupted by artificial intelligence in ways that none of us fully understand yet. But one question will not change. How do we raise children who know who they are, who know where they come from? How do we raise children who find meaning in positive places? In a world where people are searching for meaning, we have given our children meaning that is deep, positive, joyful, and connected to something greater than themselves. And Judaism has one of the answers. The children are not an interruption to life. Raising them is one of life's most important responsibilities. And a community that puts children at the center is a community that understands the future. That is why one of the reasons Chabad matters so much. Chabad does not treat the children as disturbance. They understand that children are the point. If they make noise in shul or run around, they're still welcome. If they need an activity while the adults are praying, someone thinks about them, and that matters. We are living a remarkable time in Jewish history. A Jew born when the Maggid of Masoret expanded the Hasidic movement in the time of the American Revolution could not have imagined the world we live now. A Jew born 100 years ago, before the State of Israel, before Jerusalem was reunited, before Hebrew was once again the language of sovereign people, could hardly have imagined what we have seen in our lifetime. We are blessed to live in this time, all of us. The question is no longer simply where there will be a future. The question is, what kind of future will we build? Will it be warm? Will it be meaningful? Will it be rooted in values? Will it be something that our children will want to carry forward and pass on to their children? Organizations like Chabad help answer those questions every day through holiday celebration, through community, and through creating places where family feel that they belong. And that brings me to a simple call for action. If this community has touched your life, don't just enjoy it, help build it. Show up, bring a friend, support the people in the program where it makes sense. Because community like this do not happen by accident. They exist because people before us invested their time, energy, and resources to build something that would outlast them. Now it's our turn to strengthen it. So tonight, I want to thank Rabbi Herson, Rabbi Baumgarten, Rabbi Mendel, the Rebbetzin, the teachers, the volunteers, the donors, and all the families and friends who make this community possible. Thank you for building something special. Thank you for sustaining it, and thank you for making sure that the next family who walks through those doors finds what ours found. I'm deeply grateful to be part of that story. Thank you.
עם ישראל חי. עם ישראל חי. אור ארצי נחלתנו, לא תיפול כעת רוחנו.
Anthony Girardi. You have dedicated much of your life to charitable endeavors. In addition to your multifaceted business undertakings, my connection to you has shown me your warmth, kindness, and wit. You are truly a man for all seasons. Anthony, please join me to receive the Man of the Year award.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you. Thank you. This one. Thank you.
The inscription on the award reads as follows. Presented to Anthony S. Girardi, Man of the Year. The Torah teaches that the world stands on three pillars, with boundless acts of kindness serving as their cornerstone. As partners in creation, we are charged with strengthening and elevating the moral and spiritual consciousness of all humanity every day. Your benevolent nature and unassuming disposition are strikingly suited for this vital mission, assuring dignity and respect for all. Your generosity and partnership with the Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey allows for the flames of our educational, charitable, and outreach programs to shine strongly and give strength to many, regardless of background or affiliation. May your sterling character and increasing efforts continue to transform our material world into a harmonious and godly abode, bringing heaven down to earth. Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey, celebrating 38 years of uniting communities, June 9th, 2026. Mazel tov. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi. Good evening, everyone. I'm truly honored and humbled to receive this recognition tonight. When Alan Janoff first told me about this, I truly was surprised. I had no idea why he was calling me to come here. I figured there was a problem, there was an issue. I said, what am I in for now? I was surprised, as many of you know, I'm not Jewish. You can tell by the Sopranos table sitting here. I do have a couple of my Jewish friends there representing. And there's one thing I do want to say, and she's sitting out there. A friend of mine gave this to me several years ago, and I'll go into it a little bit. I do have the utmost faith and love for the Jewish community. It's my mensch yarmulke that I keep with me at all times. Which makes this honor even more meaningful to me is that it comes from a community and faith that I have the highest respect for. I always joke with my Jewish friends that Italians and Jews come from the same corporation. We're just different divisions. And while that is a joke, and there is some truth behind it, we share so many of the same values: family, tradition, faith, hard work, and always make sure that nobody leaves the table hungry. Over the years, I have been very fortunate to build incredible friendships and relationships with many people within the Jewish community. And those friendships have enriched my life in countless ways. With everything going on in the world today, I think all of us need a little more of what is in this room tonight. More understanding, more respect, more kindness, and more unity. No matter our faith or our background, we all have a responsibility to make our community stronger and do our small part to bring a little more peace into this world. Thank you. I would like to thank my fellow honorees. It is a privilege to be recognized alongside such wonderful men who have done so much for the community. So congratulations to them. I also want to thank Rabbi Herson, Rabbi B, the Janoff family, and the entire Chabad community for all that you do every day. Your dedication, your leadership, and your commitment to helping others are truly inspiring to all of us. So thank you. And to my wife, Nicole, my children, Anthony and Gabriella, my family, my friends, my colleagues, my business partners, Michael, there he is, and Massimo, who I volunteered to be the dinner chairman, and he spoke to Rabbi every day. Thank you. They're all here tonight supporting and encouraging me, and you have no idea how much it means to have all of you here, so thank you. I'm incredibly thankful and grateful for this honor. I'm proud to be here with all of you this evening. And thank you, and may Hashem continue to bless all of us. Our families, the state of Israel, bring peace, health, happiness, and unity to this world. Thank you.
Thank you, Amichai. Thank you, John. Thank you, Anthony. Jonathan Wickner. It was clear from the outset that you have a heart of gold and that you are passionate about making a tangible difference in this world, spiritually, morally, and charitably. You are indeed a brilliant pillar of light. Jonathan, please join me at the podium to receive the Pillar of Light Award.
Wie bist in der Tat doch, oh, dididoi, doch, 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 oh, dididoi, wie bist in der Tat doch, oh, dididoi, doch, doch, doch. Ani, Ani, eftach doch, Ani, eftach doch, dat du mich verlassen soll. Ani, eftach doch, Ani, eftach.
The award reads, presented to Jonathan Wickner, Pillar of Light, in recognition of your dedication to illuminating lives of others. The Torah states, a candle of God is the soul of man. Indeed, the singular purpose of a soul's descent into this material world is to illuminate it and make this world into a gentle, loving, and godly place through our selfless deeds. Your partnership with the Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey allows countless individuals to access the radiance of our educational, charitable, and outreach programs with unconditional acceptance, regardless of background or affiliation. Your noble dedication enables the kindling of innumerable flames, who in turn will ignite countless others with God's help. May the Almighty bless you with the strength necessary to passionately increase your luminous activities for the benefit of all humanity. Chabad Center of Northwest New Jersey, celebrating 30 years of Uniting Communities, June 9th, 2026. Mazel tov. Congratulations. I'm going to get that for you. Don't worry.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. Let me just... Okay. So I have about 4 pages to share, and I appreciate everyone listening. The words are mainly for my parents, but thanks. So I want to thank Alan. Thank you for being such a good friend to my father, especially during some of the tougher times in his life. And thank you for helping him to get through those times. So the last time I was here was at my bar mitzvah 20 years ago. It's hard to believe how time has moved and what has occurred in my life within the past 20 years. I am so grateful to be honored here tonight, but honestly, standing here before you, I don't feel like someone who has arrived. I feel like someone who is still very much on a journey, one that began with the 2 most important people in my life. Thank you to my father, Ted. You showed me that a human being can come from a very difficult place and completely transform into something so abundant and so beautiful. You showed me that transformation is real, that it is available to all of us, no matter where we start. I carry that with me every single day. And thank you to my beloved mother, Maria. You gave me unconditional love before I even had words for what that meant. Through you, I learned what it looks like to give without expecting anything in return. That lesson has shaped everything. So when I finished high school, I did not want to go to college. What I wanted to do was something that would change my life. So I moved to Costa Rica. I spent a year teaching English to children in a community called La Carpio in San Jose. It's one of the more socioeconomically challenged areas in Central America. And it did exactly that. Seeing children with so little and yet so much light in their eyes, it revealed something in me. It revealed the desire I have to give to others. And that desire kept growing over the years, deepening into a spiritual search. About a year ago, I found my way to the teachings of Kabbalah, to the wisdom of Rav Berg, the founder of the Kabbalah Center. His teachings gave language to something I had always felt, but never quite been able to express. That we are not here to accumulate, we are here to transform, to receive from the Creator and to share our light with others. One of Rav Berg's teachings has stayed with me and continues to push me forward. He taught that we should never settle for less. If we believe we are capable of more, we must be actively working towards it, because to accept where we are as the highest point of what we can achieve is a form of settling. And we were not put on this earth to be driven by our limitations. We were put here to experience our limitless potential. He also shared something I find extraordinarily beautiful. The work we are doing in this life, the unification of all the souls who are choosing to love, to give, to share, will help elevate the souls that are stuck in darkness. Those clinging to negativity, disconnected from the tree of life, which is the root of all abundance and love. Once enough souls are collectively doing this work, their combined light will bring healing and elevated consciousness to everybody else. We will exist in a world of endless abundance and love. That is what we are building towards, and that is why every act of giving matters, not just for the person in front of you, but for all of us. This brings me to my favorite of the 613 mitzvot. It's V'ahavta l're'a kamocha, which is to love your neighbor as yourself. When you truly sit with that, it's extraordinary. Imagine loving another person the way a parent loves a child, unconditionally, giving everything, expecting nothing, finding your deepest purpose in their joy and growth. Now imagine extending that kind of love to every person you encounter. That is the goal the Creator set for us. That is what my soul's purpose is. That is what my soul's purpose in this life is working towards, learning to love to my highest possible capacity. The first time I met Rabbi Herson, I knew immediately I was in the presence of someone who lives all of this, someone who has been through a great deal and who loves people so fully and so completely that you can feel it radiate from his entire being. He doesn't just teach these values, he is them. My family has been blessed. No matter what has happened in the world or within our own lives, the Creator has always provided. I believe we receive so that we can share, and nothing gives me more purpose and meaning than channeling what I've been given to others. That belief is what led us to create the Wickner Family Foundation. Our mission is simple: to channel the light we receive and keep the flame alive. We focus on causes that are close to our hearts, helping people recognize their own unlimited potential. Because it doesn't matter where you came from or what you've been through, transformation is possible. We support mentorship for men who are seeking meaningful relationships and working towards building a family. And we are deeply passionate about food insecurity because too many families in our own communities struggle to simply eat, and that is something none of us can ignore. We also support Jewish organizations who are represented by leaders who are loving and looking to share from a place of wholeness. Chabad is exceptional in this way that they reach every soul and can illuminate the dark parts of all of us. That is the energy we want to be a part of. And knowing what Rav Berg taught, that each soul doing this work contributes to the healing of all souls. I will keep working every day. I will keep asking the Creator to bless me with more so I can keep giving my resources, my time, my energy, my love. So thank you, Rabbi Herson, for the light that you carry. And thank you to my beloved father and mother, Ted and Maria, for giving me the foundation to stand on. And thank you for everyone in this room for being a part of something that comes from the deepest source of love there is. For this honor, I am truly deeply grateful, and I will spend the rest of my life trying to earn it. So, thank you. Okay.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, you're saying something else besides dinner, sir?
No, so you go.
Just a second. Just stay here. Ladies and gentlemen, the gift that we bought for everyone, it's called On Purpose, is outside, and as was announced before by Richard, with your table card, you can claim one of them. There's a lot of not only wisdom here, but inspiration. And it is something that I think you will hold close to your hearts. So please keep this in mind. And the reason that we put this out, because it's based primarily on the countless teachings of the Rebbe, giving instruction and guidance to so many people in such an incredible diversity of backgrounds. And with the Rebbe's yahrzeit coming next week, we felt that it would be appropriate to give to every one of you something that you could take home and read, and with God's help, be able to be inspired by. Also outside, you'll see a little decal, which the Rebbe had always said to recite every day. The first line on it, you can just take it home, is, I hereby accept upon myself the commandment to love your fellow as yourself. And the second line is that a person who is spiritual, or at least cognizant, is always giving thanks. There's a lot left to achieve in this world, but when we come from a position of thanks that we can see and we can hear, and the people in our lives, we focus on those things and would realize that the same God who carried us till this point will carry us further through whatever circumstances that need to be carried through. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. L'chaim. And the final announcement before the meal. Go ahead, Richard.
Okay, so again, please help me congratulate our three honorees, Amichai Lichtenstein, Anthony Girardi, and Jonathan Wichter. To you, your families, your friends, what an honor to be here tonight. And thank you all who supported this wonderful evening. And please enjoy your dinner. All right, we did it.
Niet, 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 kavol, kon